So good morning, everyone. A very, very warm welcome to WomTalks Season 4, Episode 5. This is Dr. Sonam, your social media consultant and a startup mentor. WomTalks is a show in which we at Mompreneur Circle bring inspiring stories of women entrepreneurs across the cities to motivate you and celebrate women in business. It's great to have somebody very special today. That's Miss Shaista from Shaista Food and Hospitality. She is someone who was working as a technical person with IBM, and she made a big switch to become an entrepreneur, that too in food. Now, when somebody gets into food business, the main question is, what kind of food? Is it nutritious or not? So, in her journey, her entrepreneurial spirit is fueled by a belief in offering nutritious food, which is the foundation of her business, and that's what makes her and her business venture unique and different from all others. A very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Sonam. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are very clearly audible to all of us. Thank you everyone who has joined us again, because I went back. Okay, so diving into the questions now. So tell us, what inspired you to turn your personal experience into a food business?
Well, before answering your question, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because the kind of introduction you gave to me, it is, I mean, this is the one which keeps pushing me to, move ahead in life, be it business or no business. But if somebody recognizes your work, and, if there's someone who can at least acknowledge your efforts, that is the main food for the soul.
Yes.
So, as far as your question is concerned, about the inspiration, so I'll tell you what, my inspiration comes from my desire to earn money along with a purpose and vision, rather than being it merely for survival. We are here in this world and we have to survive. And by God's grace, if God has given us that life, He will definitely give us the survival chances. But again, to know the motive, to know the vision, to recognize your own vision of life, that makes the whole difference.
Yeah.
In my case, I was brought up in a family where I have always seen strong, independent women around. My grandmom, mom, my aunts, my cousins, everyone. My grandmom was the first lady entrepreneur I saw. She used from home. She used to make these gud ki mithaiyan.
Yeah.
The toffees. People were crazy about her toffees at that time. Like, I'm talking about somewhere 40 years back.
Yeah.
Toffees. So I think it's in DNA.
Yeah. So inspiring is, you are inspired from the family itself, and you have been in the food business for so long, in that sense that the grandmother has been doing all this already. So tell us that you were into a corporate job before, you had a corporate career, and then you made a transition of becoming an entrepreneur. Why did that happen?
Okay, so I started my corporate journey back in 2005. I was just a freshly graduate. I my MSc, the first part of my MSc in mathematics, and I was into computers as well.
Yeah.
So I joined, my journey started with IBM Dutch. And later on, I worked with Microsoft, Convergys, Siemens, Dell, Wipro till 2015. So it was a roller coaster ride for complete 10 years. And within this span of time, I fell in love. I got married. I had kids. So after having my first kid, or maybe I just conceived. Back then, when I conceived, I had to leave my corporate job due to the health reasons.
Okay.
So that, after 2 years, I thought I can restart again. I failed miserably again. And And later, when we got our second child, me and my husband gave it a thought that, either we can be corporate slaves and let the kid grow with external help, the way it happens with the family life, or else we accept the struggle and we give our quality time and upbringing to our kids. First, my husband left the job and he got into his kind of business. We went through all the struggles for 2 years. Once he settled down, once he was settled, and we were like, good. It was a fair decision. By then, it was a fair decision. I stayed with my kids for complete 2-3 years. We enjoyed that period along with the struggle. I can't really explain the kind of satisfaction we got as parents. And after that, we shifted to Noida in 2018. And back then, this area where we live, it didn't have so much of available options for food. I used to cook, but then I started cooking everything. Whatever they used to ask, I started cooking everything. So my friends were around. They used to come, and suddenly one night I decided, कुछ करना है, कुछ करना है, कुछ करना है. मैंने कब पराठे ही बेचते. We were having paratha one night, and I asked my husband, listen, we can sell both. If people can come to our house to have food, people can also buy this, right? So let me start rolling. And it was like, we got a little hesitant because, those corporate offices and entrepreneurs, those kind of positions and all. And then you will be belofying paratha. Will that be okay? Then we said, give it up, no. And we just started with these WhatsApp groups. That's everything is history. We are here now.
Yeah, great. Such a inspiring and relatable story it is. We all at some point in time think about a food business while we are having yummy food from our mom's hand or somebody in the family, and that's very, very relatable. So what challenges did you face in building your brand and how did you overcome them? Were there any challenges that you faced?
See, as far as challenges are concerned, I believe the moment you sleep and you get up, the sun rises, you be at any stage of your life, challenges are always there. It's about how we deal with it. And my philosophy is like, this shall pass too.
Yeah.
And we have a better tomorrow. That's it. So challenges were definitely there because even also me, I tell you one thing, apart from my dadi ji, everybody else in my family was jobby. I come from a completely jobby family where people are teachers, people who are in civil services, in police services. So I knew nothing about business, nothing. And by God's grace, I had a chance to do a crash course in Radius Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar. So that was the only business exposure I had got during my academics. After that, when I met my Prince Charming, who is my husband,
of course,
he's completely Banya family. Family. So he was very bold with finances and investments and all. And I was like, how can he do that? How cannot he think about the future? How cannot he think about tomorrow? Then again, he is a big inspiration in my life for this business thing. Then मुझे भी हिम्मत मिली, मैं भी so first जब हमने शुरू किया 2021, for 1 year we faced a lot of challenges with the manpower, with the because we wanted someone who can actually adapt to our techniques, our way of cooking, rather than what is available in the market. We got good staff, but again they were trained in certain ways. People for it was complete 1 year.
right.
Struggle over, हमारे दिमाग में expansion का कीड़ा चल गया. I had a good in-house investor, so yeah. I think about it. I said he also encourages me to give it a try. He said, "हम नए business में, right? You do your homework, do your research. But again, don't hesitate. If
Hmm.
you hesitate, it lowers your confidence.
Yeah.
Keep trying. So I tried dine-in, a casual dine-in of 25 seats. Very soon I realized this is not what I can do, because that gave me a very limited space to, to serve certain kind of food and to certain kind of janta.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
I like mera bas मैं तो like I can take care of a langar. I have that kind of feeling for that kind of intent when it comes to food. So then I realized, no, I want to serve more.
Hmm.
Like, I can't be limited with the items. So
Right.
this idea came into my mind of making it a multi-brand kitchen so that we provide
Hmm.
more options with in a sorted way.
Hmm.
Somebody wants more like cuisine. I'm sorry, they have Zyka. Somebody wants, a quick meal. We have meal box, which is called Momilicious meal box. And the main branch, which is Shaistas, it is a multi-cuisine. It is everything under one roof.
Right. So tell us, how did your mother's illness influence
Hmm?
your business philosophy? I saw some bits coming in from the intent that you're talking about. That your intention is like serving langar. So what is the business philosophy and how your mother's illness has affected it?
Yeah, in 2015, my mother started um, feeling some uncomfort in her
Okay.
mouth. So it was due to a certain kind of jaundice which was not recognizable. There's a jaundice which is kind yellow, right? And there's one which is brown. So that is very difficult to get detected. It was very difficult to be, analyzed or whatever. Doctors
Diagnosed.
diagnosed. Doctors could not do it in a better way at that point of time. But anyway, what happened was she started falling sick for a lot, many times, like in very short intervals. And later on, she had so many blisters in her mouth, maybe a little bit of ulcer somewhere, and she belongs to South India. So, her whole life she had those charu and rasam and those fish and spicy food. So that's how she lived. But suddenly what happened, she was not able to consume all of it. Um, I'm blessed with a huge paternal family where we have a lot of people who take care of each other. I have been staying out of the house since since 20, since 21, and it was 2005. And I'm talking about 2015, 16. So, she couldn't eat food properly. At that time, I didn't realize that when I cook food for her, she eats it. And within 3, 4 days, she used to get well. So back then, we were living in Kolkata. We were in Kolkata for 2 years. So my father called once, and he used to call me and he used to say, "Bhai, tu 2-3 दिन के लिए आ जा. Mama will stand up from bed and you can go."
Oh.
So I didn't realize it's about that kind of food I cook for him. After in a year, I realized then my father started calling me frequently. "ए बेटा आ जा, मम्मा नहीं सही हो रही, किसी को खाना सूट नहीं कर रहा, तुम आ जाओ 2-3 दिन के लिए."
Oh.
And my sister used to tease me, "आ गई, माँ की दीवार आ गई." So, that's the time I realized how important it is to understand the need of the other person. क्योंकि we used to put only namak and haldi in her food. But the way it was prepared for her, that made a huge difference and
Yeah.
stayed with me. And it will stay with me forever. It feels like I have some debt which I have to keep, paying throughout my life.
Right.
Now, I lost my mother in 2018, but she lived a good life. Amazing.
That's very very heartwarming, and I'm sure that she's blessing you, and which is why we are doing so well, right? Okay. So, what makes Shaista stand out in this competitive food industry? Is that emotions with which food is prepared? Is that the intent with which the food is prepared? Is that what you say, commitment to serving nutritious food? What is it? What makes you stand out in the industry?
Okay, so let's go back to when I started in 2018
Okay.
because base is very important.
Hmm.
When you something, the base, the intent is the base of that, whatever, be it a business, be it a construction, be it whatever, the intent matters a lot. So when I started from home. घर का राशन, whatever I had, the atta, the chawal, the oil and masala. I never thought कि यहाँ पे ये सस्ता मसाला लेके आएंगे तो यहाँ पे प्रॉफिट 2 रुपए ज्यादा होगा, सस्ता तेल लाएंगे तो प्रॉफिट. That never came into my mind because I used to cook for my kids,
Hmm.
and the same food was served to my people. At that time. So that was the time when I promised my customers that whatever I can feed to my kids, I will feed it to my customers. I get it on table. If my kids can't eat it, my customers will not.
Right.
So I think this is the USP of our business because we still do the quality. हम घर पे नहीं होते, हम बाहर जाते हैं, इधर उधर जाते हैं, तो ये खाना हमारे रेस्टोरेंट से ही आता है. I give it to my kids without any hesitation. We have without any hesitation.
Hmm.
We do weekly training. I keep revising, we keep doing the vigilation of food, of the, whether the non-veg is fresh or not, or I do it personally. I don't trust on anyone for this.
Hmm.
Other people who are there, they are there for their jobs.
Yeah.
Content has to be transferred.
Yes. Very well said. That's very insightful for anybody who's starting a business also. So now tell us, since you talked about your kids, and how do you balance being a wife, being a mother, and being an entrepreneur?
Okay, many people may not like my answer,
Okay.
but I don't, I don't balance. I don't believe in balancing because balancing is something which is stuck here. We have been brought up, we have been trained. I mean, I might have been blessed to have parents who treated me like a princess, but they raised me as a queen. Me as a queen, right? So, having said that, what I mean was, I have told my kids that I don't need a gold medal from you. Don't call me a good mother. I've told my husband, don't call me a good wife. You have to be there.
Yeah.
You have to be good so that I can be good.
Yeah.
You guys want me to do something to get name, fame, money, whatever. You guys need to be there as much support. I'll be there for you till my last breath. But you guys have to be there. And यहाँ पे be there का मतलब मेरे लिए कुछ करना नहीं है. For most of the women, this is the message. Please raise your kids as independent as possible. They are 5. Because my kids, they do their own work, like 60% of their work all by themselves. I don't parosoply khana to my family anymore.
Yeah.
My husband serves his food, my children, they serve their own food, they get it to the table, they clear the table. So that's the kind of environment which I raised my army. I created an army, we work together.
Yeah.
When my husband goes out for long tours and here and there, I handle everything. And I'll tell you what, we decided 3 years back, we decided my husband is a rider, biker. So he goes for long rides and all. So this started 3 years back. And we do it in such a way, he goes for his solo trips. Every 3 months, 4 months, I go for 2 days for my solo trip. And he take the kid for a trip. So
Yeah.
this is how it is done.
Yeah.
So this is how it is done. is that. So
I think most people will like your answer. You were saying people won't like, but I think that's how you balance it out, right?
definitely,
That's great. So
sorry,
I already understand that what motivates you to keep going, and even in tough times, you have been showing a lot of strength and power because the way that you have been raised. So I'm skipping that question, but a very important question is here. Why did you choose to use mustard oil, and how has it shaped, brand identity for you? Because this is something that I really want to understand. Because when we say बाहर का खाना, तो दिमाग में भी होता है कौन सा ऑयल यूज करेंगे, कैसा ऑयल यूज करेंगे, and all of that.
definitely.
And you are making that difference. So tell us, how did you make that decision and how it is helping you?
This again comes from a personal experience because I had been diabetic or symptomatic. I
Oh.
didn't have any symptoms of diabetes, but I had been diabetic for around 12 years. I never had medicines because I saw my mother having medicines for 30 to 35 long years, and it didn't work. I don't think it worked because the number of medicines kept on increasing,
Yeah.
never decreased.
Hmm.
So, in past 8 months, what I did was, 8 months ago, I had some problem in my head. It was like some numbness or something. We went to doctor, and my HbA1c was 9.8, which is way beyond dangerous. And I did not get any symptom, but that was the sudden symptom, that numbness in my left side of the head.
Okay.
Doctor gave me 4 pills.
Hmm.
You have to take 4 pills a day, and you have to continue with medicine. Then I did my R&D. I had a word with a couple of my dietitian friends, and I did some research, and I found out muscle building and because diabetes is a lifestyle disorder, right?
Hmm.
So what I changed my lifestyle, putting a lot of effort, and I'm so thankful to my husband, my kids, my house help, my father, my paternal family. Everyone was so supportive. I can't really explain. They were so amazing. So within last 8 months, I am pre-diabetic now.
Oh, wow.
My HbA1c is 6.4. Although I did build muscle, I did do exercise, but the main part of my diet was eliminating refined oil as much as possible. I
Wow.
kept on eliminating it day little by little.
Hmm. Hmm.
Amazingly, Sonam, and not just me, my kids. So earlier, what used to happen? Kids do like fried food, right? We started doing air frying. We started, spraying olive oil and air frying stuff. That was equally delicious, but way more healthy. And
Yeah.
as far as mustard oil is concerned, mustard oil is, it has a very high smoke point. And the kind of Indian food we make in our kitchens, it really suits what is completely suitable for the best, rather, for, deep frying and hot cooking and grilling, anything.
Right.
So the kind of cuisine we have in our restaurant, I just remove chole bhature. I
Okay.
remove three sabzi from my menu. That's I just eliminated these two items, and I instructed my staff to eliminate refined oil completely. We use BCC and we use mustard oil. Now, all the dishes are made in mustard oil and this.
Hmm, wonderful. That is wonderful and very, very insightful for not just people who are into food business, but anybody who cooks food, right?
Yeah.
So tell us, what advice would you give to women starting their own ventures? Quick advice.
Go all out, girls. Go all.
Yeah.
There is no right time. Make the time right.
Yeah. True that.
Never. Right time never comes.
Hmm.
You have to make the time right and work. रुकना नहीं है बस. Keep going.
Keep going. Wonderful, wonderful. What a session. What a session. Had a very, very enriching experience today. So, the key takeaways for everyone who's listening to us, joined little late or would be listening later. So, first of all, balance is a myth. Balance
Yeah,
is a myth. You have to look at your life, you have to look at your surroundings and create your own space. Whatever hurdles come into your way, the second one, this whatever hurdles come into your way, make them your strength. Learn from your life, learn from your ancestors, learn from your parents, grandparents, and move ahead. And finally, what else should I say? Mustard oil. You have to nurture your business just like your kids. So
definitely.
everything she is doing as if she's serving food to her own kids, and that's amazing. And I'm so glad. Thank you, Shipra, for joining us. And you have been consistently commenting and giving your interventions in the live. And I'm so grateful that you are here. We can see Chuck Pottery continuously sending our messages right here. Thank you for joining here. And even just Meet Ji is continuously messaging here. Thank you. And finally, the biggest takeaway is that keep going. Right time don't wait for the right time. Start right now and keep going. That's the biggest lesson that we all need to learn as women and as women entrepreneurs. And this is why WomTalks is a platform where we bring these inspiring stories to you to motivate you. Thank you for joining us. Very gratefully, I'm thanking you for joining us today and giving your insights, and your entrepreneurial journey is truly inspiring. And to
Um,
everyone who's listening to us, stay tuned for episode 6 on the same time on Mompreneur Circle. You were saying something.
No, thank you so much. It was really a pleasure. It was a privilege. And at last, I would definitely like to tell people that focus, guys, focus. Everything is possible. This shall pass through, and there is a better tomorrow.
Yes.
Just make the philosophy of your life. Everything is easy. Everything is easy.
And finally, thanking Latika, who joined us and gave us this beautiful platform. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye. Take care.